Hey everyone, I got another PM from a guy who makes the last person who PM'd me look like fucking Richard Dawkins. Now this guy is named Ketih Cooper, but I'm gonna assume that's Keith Cooper, so that's what I'm gonna call you from now on. Now basically, let me just do the whole usual destroying of your credibility before I get to your actual points. This is a guy who takes creationist theist arguments out of context and uses them from an atheist perspective, as he is an atheist, against the religion of atheism. You try figure it out. Here's what the PM actually says.
Slappa, I have been watching some of your videos on your religious views and how you are an atheist and everything, but honestly, shut the fuck up about it. I don't mean to sound mean, but it really bothers me when anyone claims their belief on religion to be 100% true, be that Christians, Muslims, atheists, Jews, Hindus. The thing that really bothers me about atheists is that you look at Christianity, see that it has some lies and flaws, and then disregard religion as a whole. Just because you're not a Christian does not mean that you cannot believe in a god, gods, who knows. Just because science has not discovered or says something that can't happen does not make it false. That's the problem with people today. They all worship science. And for the record, in your last video, you said that the Big Bang is fact. That is very untrue. Many astronomers and scientists do not believe that the Big Bang started the universe. It is a theory, just like everything else. We have absolutely no way of knowing things like that. I mean, honestly, up until the 1400s, science said the Earth was flat and the sun orbited us. But then, oh my god, new sciences came in and replaced those with lives. Look, Slappa, cut the shit. And for the record, I'm not a Christian. I do not believe in any of these large religions, and this here is all my personal views. Organized religion is wrong because it puts too much power into the hands of leaders of that religion. If you are a Christian, you go to a church and have some man tell you what to believe, but that is plain wrong. Your own belief is probably more the right one. And I agree with you that God's does not care for us much as people make it look. If it did, why would we have so many limitations, such as only being able to use 10% of our brain power? And why would this God make himself known to such a few people, such as terribly racist group as people of the Jews? I mean, there are people all over the world that have never heard of the Judeo-Christian God. He obviously would have helped the whole world recognize him if God's was in the God of the Bible. But if you think about the start of life with logic, there must be a divine force that doesn't have to abide to any of the rules of physics or anything. That's wrong for us humans to try and make the laws and say that God must follow those laws. It can do whatever it wants. There must have been some energy force to start everything, because energy can never be lost, it only transforms, so you should be able to trace back to one thing inside every hint, i.e. the universe and its laws. Now, I don't know what the point I'm trying to make, and I'm sorry for not thinking out what I was going to say and formatting it all well and spell checking, but I'm getting my thoughts out and cut the shit with this atheist business, because look at some other religions and views of gods, and then you'll be able to see, and then if you still want to be in the religion of atheism, then fine, but don't write off gods just because the God of the Bible isn't the true one.
Yeah, you're not the only one who isn't sure what point you're trying to make there, buddy. I'm pretty sure 99% of my audience who's watching this right now is scratching their head. What the fuck did he just say? Did he really just say half of that shit? Did he send that to Slappa and be like, holy shit, I'm so genius, I'm proving you wrong? Really? Did that go through your mind as you were barely typing that or slamming your face in the keyboard in a rhythmic pattern as to represent words? What the fuck were you doing? However, I'm a nice guy, and I'm going to set you on the right path. And I am going to reply. Obviously, I can't reply to everything that you said, because I'm limited to 10 minutes, and you already took up fucking 3 minutes with that wall of text. So, I'm going to have to address your main points, whatever the hell those are. I'll have to subject those myself. Okay, well, first off, you said, I hate anyone who thinks that their beliefs are 100% true, whether it be Christians, atheists, blah blah blah, who cares? Have I ever claimed that I was correct? No. I'm completely open to the idea of God, with the right amount of evidence to support it, and every piece of evidence that I've seen thus far has been insufficient. Therefore, I still lack a belief in God. That makes me an atheist. And let me just address this whole atheism as a religion thing. That is the height of stupidity by anyone, okay? In an intelligent debate, you can't say atheism is a faith, and you have to have as much faith to believe there is no God as there is a God. Atheism does not mean you believe there is no God. I'm sure there's a few people out there who are like, yeah, there's no God, and we're the best, and all that shit, but like, any smart person knows that there's no way of proving a supreme being that is apparently invisible and, you know, can avoid all modes of tracking. So there's no possible way of finding that deity if it exists. So until the right evidence comes up, we will remain atheist. And the word atheist means without the belief in deities. It does not mean says there is no deities. We just simply lack the belief. Fuck, I hate it when people do that. Now, I should probably rephrase. I don't think that this guy is an atheist. He just said that he doesn't subscribe to any of the mainstream big-time religions. I'm just going to assume that this guy is like a pantheist, because he said something like, the thing that bothers me about atheists is that you look at Christianity and just say, oh, well, that's wrong, therefore I don't believe in gods, and you don't open your mind to any other gods. Now, this doesn't apply to all atheists, but this applies to me. I do not believe in anything paranormal, and every religion out there that I've read about or heard of implies something that is, by fact, supernatural. And I don't like that shit. Therefore, I don't like any religion. Therefore, I'm an atheist. Another thing that pissed me off about what you said is, everyone worships science now. Do you see people committing mass suicide bombings in the name of science? Do you see people, like, crucifying each other in the name of science? You don't see that, do you? No, because science is just, it's a method of figuring things out. It's not a belief. You said that in my last video I said the Big Bang was fact, and by that I'm pretty sure I said that, and I'd be wrong in saying that the Big Bang was fact, like every aspect of it was fact, but the majority of it has made sense thus far, and it is the most descriptive method of the origin of the universe that we have. We know that the universe is expanding. We know it was once at a singularity by the universe expanding and the planets spinning and all that. And those are really the main focal points of the Big Bang Theory. And I'm just gonna link you to a video that Rabbit Ape made about the whole "it's just a theory" bullshit, because he explains it much better than I ever could, and it would take up too much time anyway, so just go watch that. Another thing that you said was that this is just nitpicking on my part, but you said that human beings only use 10% of their entire brain. That is a complete social myth. Actually, humans use all of their brain pretty much. It's just we never use more than 10% at a time. We use pretty much everything, it's just not all of it at the same time. That would just be fucking stupid and counterproductive. And apparently he's so against people worshipping science and whatever he just said, but he just made a scientific observation here. I mean, honestly, up until like the 1400s, science said the Earth was flat and the Sun orbited us. But then, oh my God, new sciences came in and replaced those beliefs. Yeah, science is always improving. Therefore, when things get corrected, that's a good thing. That means we're making progress. And I trust you don't believe that the Earth is flat and that the Sun orbits us. Therefore, you have no way of proving that. You've never been to space. You've never looked down on the Earth and seen how round it is and watched it like spin and watched the Sun just stay there. You've never seen that. You just have to take it at face value because that's what science has explained to us. Yeah, kind of hypocritical. You know, that's pretty much that all needs to be said, really. When I looked at your channel earlier, you had like all these comments on a bunch of Runes of Magic or Darkfall or World of Warcraft videos, so basically I can just assume that you stumbled across one of my WoW videos at some time, or one of my Runes of Magic ones, and you were like, hey, I'm gonna check this guy's channel out, and then you saw my God video, and then you were like, hey, that's cool, I want to get on this too. My opinion matters. Your opinion really doesn't matter.